My son forgot my birthday again, so I sent his gift back with a note that said, "Don't worry, I forgot too." You know that moment when you wake up on your birthday and, you just wait? It's not that you're expecting a grand party or expensive gifts. You just want someone to remember that today is important to you. That you exist. That you matter. Today is my birthday. 62 years old. And once again, my son forgot. No, let me be honest with you. He didn't forget. He simply didn't care enough to remember. And the difference between those two things is what breaks my heart every year. I remember when he was 7 years old. He made me a card with crayons, all crooked, with letters you could barely read. It said, "To the best mom in the world." I still have that card. It's tucked away in my drawer, yellowed with time, but it's still one of the most precious things I own. When he turned 18, I woke up at 5 in the morning to make the chocolate cake he always loved. The same cake I'd made every year since he was little. I spent the whole day decorating, preparing his favorite food. He came home late, tired, said, "Thanks Mom," and went to sleep. He didn't even taste the cake. Now he's 35 years old. Lives in another city. Has a life I only know through his sporadic Facebook posts. And every year, on my birthday, the same thing happens. Silence. It's not that I haven't tried. 2 weeks before my birthday, I always casually mention it in our rare phone conversations. "Oh, September is coming so fast." Or, "Remember when you were little and always wanted to help blow out the candles?" Hints. Always hints. But he's busy. Always busy. Work, girlfriend, friends. His life is a constant rush, and apparently, there's no room to remember that the woman who brought him into this world has a birthday once a year. You know what's most painful? It's not even the fact that he forgets. It's the fact that I know it's going to happen, but still, every morning of my birthday, I wake up with butterflies in my stomach, a foolish hope that maybe this year will be different. Today I woke up at 6 in the morning. Made my coffee, sat on the porch and stared at my phone. 6:30. 7. 7:30. Nothing. At 9, my sister called singing happy birthday. At 10, my neighbor brought over a cake. At 11, some friends sent sweet messages. But the phone didn't ring with the call I most wanted to receive. At 2 in the afternoon, exactly at 2 in the afternoon, the doorbell rang. It was the delivery guy with a package. My heart raced. I thought, he remembered. He remembered and sent something special. I opened the package with trembling hands. It was a box of chocolates. Expensive. Imported. With a card that said, "To the best mom in the world. Sorry for the rush. I love you." You know what hurt me most? It wasn't the standard gift, bought in a hurry. It was the word, "sorry." Because that meant he had remembered, at some point, that he had forgotten something important. But he didn't care enough to call, to talk to me, to say it personally. I held that box of chocolates and cried. I cried for all the forgotten birthdays. I cried for the child who used to hug me tight and tell me I was the most important person in his world. I cried for the mother I was, who gave everything of herself, and for the mother I had become, invisible, forgettable, convenient. And then, something changed inside me. A strange calm took over my chest. I picked up a piece of paper and a pen. I wrote only, "Don't worry, I forgot too." I put the note inside the box, closed everything up again and called the same delivery guy. I asked him to return the gift to the sender. You must be thinking I was cruel. That I was petty. That a mother shouldn't act like that. But let me explain something to you. Sometimes, the only way to make someone feel what you feel is to show them the emptiness they created. I wasn't being vindictive. I was being honest. Because I really had forgotten. I had forgotten that I still expected to be a priority in his life. I had forgotten that I still fed the hope that our relationship could be different. I had forgotten that I deserved more than a last-minute gift with an empty apology. 2 hours later, my phone rang. It was him. For the first time in months, he called without it being a special date, without needing something. "Mom, I got the package back." His voice was different. Lower. More broken. "Oh, you did," was all I could manage to say. "Mom, He stopped. I could hear his breathing on the other end of the line. I forgot again, didn't I? I stayed silent. Not because I didn't know what to say, but because finally, he was understanding. "Mom, forgive me. I know this isn't an excuse, but I don't realize time passing. I don't realize how I've been absent." That word. Absent. He finally said the word I couldn't say for years. "I wish I could go back in time and be the boy who made cards for you. I wish I could fix all the birthdays I ruined. I wish I could." He started crying. My adult son, 35 years old, crying on the phone. And I cried with him. "Mom, can I come over? Can I spend the weekend with you? Not because of the birthday. Just because I miss you. I miss who I was when I was with you." You know what I realized in that moment? That sometimes, we need to stop protecting people from the consequences of their actions. That sometimes, returning a gift isn't cruelty, it's clarity. That sometimes, the person you love needs to feel the emptiness they created to understand what they lost. My son came that weekend. He brought ingredients and we made the chocolate cake from when he was a child together. We talked about things we hadn't talked about in years. He told me about work, about his girlfriend, about his fears. I told him about my loneliness, about how I missed our closeness. It wasn't a fairy tale ending. We didn't erase years of distance in one weekend. But it was a beginning. A real beginning. He told me something I'll never forget. "Mom, I always thought you'd be there, no matter what I did. I never thought you could give up on me." And I replied, "I didn't give up on you. I gave up on waiting for you to come back on your own." Today, 6 months later, we talk every week. It's not perfect. There are weeks when he disappears, weeks when I get mad. But it's real. It's honest. It's a relationship where both people make an effort. And you know what was the most important gift he gave me? It wasn't the expensive box of chocolates. It was the phone call. It was the vulnerability. It was him admitting that he had lost something important and wanting to get it back. Sometimes, to rebuild a bridge, you first need to show that it's broken. Sometimes, to be heard, you first need to make silence. Sometimes, to receive love, you first need to stop accepting crumbs. My name is Margaret. I'm 62 years old. And this year, for the first time in a long time, I'm not waiting to be remembered. I'm being seen. And that makes all the difference. If this story touched your heart, or if you've ever felt forgotten by someone you love, please share your experience in the comments below. Have you ever had to make a difficult choice to get someone's attention? How did it turn out? Your story might help someone else who's going through the same thing. And if this video resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more real stories about family, relationships, and the courage to stand up for what we deserve. Sometimes the most powerful thing we can do is simply stop accepting less than we're worth. Thank you for listening to my story. Take care of yourselves, and remember, you deserve to be more than an afterthought in someone's life.